Okay, so today we will start our mapping class, and for the next 5 or 6 days we will do the entire mapping of the world, and we will start from Africa. Okay, so we are going to start the world mapping from which continent? African continent. Okay, so some information regarding African continent. Okay, I'm going to give some information. Okay, so please join us as soon as possible. Okay, those watching online, okay, those who are on YouTube, please join us, because we are going to start our class, and this is going to be a very fruitful class, because every year 5 or 6 question UPSC asked from this maps. Okay, so आज हम start करेंगे. So the first, we will start from the map of Africa. Okay, so the next 5 or 6 days till Saturday we will complete the entire, okay, map of entire locations and major physical feature of the world, okay, by taking one continent each day. Okay, so today I am going to discuss about Africa. So you have to write some important information. Africa, okay, Africa is known as dark continent, or continent of hope, or mother continent. Okay, so our today's class will be about Africa, which is known as the continent of hope. Okay, continent of hope. Okay, apart from that, it is also known as mother continent. Okay, and continent of hope, mother continent, as well as it is also known as dark continent. Okay, dark continent. So today's topic is about Africa, which is known by different name. Okay, this Africa is occupying about 6% of the total area of the earth. Okay, these are some information you all have to keep in mind. Africa is occupying how much? 6% of the total area of the earth. Okay, and about 20.4% of the total area of what? Continents. Okay, so Africa is known as continent of hope, mother continent, or dark continent. Why it is called continent of hope? Because lot of things still we are not knowing about Africa, we have to discover. Okay, बहुत सारी चीजों को हम नहीं जानते इसके बारे में. So अभी इसके बारे में we are discovering, and there is a hope we will discover more things about Africa. It is called mother continent because this is the continent, okay, where first human appeared on earth. Okay, this is the continent. Why it is called mother continent? Because the footfall of human, okay, firstly found from where? Which place? Africa. It is dark continent because larger part of area is still not discovered. Still human has not reached to that place. Okay, and we have a very few information regarding this continent with respect to the other continents. Okay, and this Africa is containing how it is spread over 6% of the total area of the earth. Earth in the sense continent as well as ocean, but it is occupying how much? 20.4% of the total area of the what? Globe. So not globe, continents. Okay, and how many countries are there? It has 54 countries. Okay, so total 54 countries are located in this giant continent. It is the second biggest continent after Asia. Okay, after Asian continent, it is the second biggest continent. Second biggest continent. Now, so we have to discuss about this continent. Now let's look the map of this. This is what? Africa, African continent. And 54 countries are there. And look, now this continent, just I'm drawing here because of some reasons, because here we have not clearly now. Here is, this is Mediterranean Sea. This is Mediterranean Sea. Okay, this sea is the part of Atlantic Ocean. Okay, and it is also, because many geographers believe that it is the remains of the oldest sea, that is Tethys Sea. Okay, and here is, this region is the part of Europe. This is Iberian Plateau. This is Peninsula. Okay, this is Iberian Peninsula. Okay, and on this Iberian Peninsula, two countries are located. Okay, Portugal and Spain. Okay, Portugal and Spain. And here is Morocco. This is what? Morocco. Okay, Morocco. Okay, it is a country of Africa. And this is what? Europe. Iberian Plateau. Here is Portugal, and this entire part is Spain. Okay, and here there is a strait, and the strait is called Gibraltar Strait. Okay, this is called what? Gibraltar. Okay, Gibraltar Strait. So, and here in Morocco region, in Morocco, there is the Balearic Island. There is an island called Balearic Island. Here is an island called Balearic Island. Okay, Balearic Island. Now, so look here. African continent is separated from Europe by Mediterranean Sea, Strait of Gibraltar. Okay, and the nearest part of Africa, which is very close to Europe, is what? It is Balearic Island of Morocco. I hope this is clear. So it is separated from Africa. Africa is separated from Europe. Africa is separated from Europe by Mediterranean Sea. There is also Strait of Gibraltar. Strait of Gibraltar separate Spain and Morocco. Or the northernmost part of Morocco, okay, is what? Balearic Island, which is a part of what? Morocco. Okay, and here is Strait of Gibraltar. Okay, this Gibraltar separate Africa and also Africa and Europe. Okay, so in northern part, this continent is separated by Mediterranean Sea, and Mediterranean Sea is the part of Atlantic Ocean, and Mediterranean Sea is also considered as the remains of Tethys Sea. Tethys Sea, the oldest known sea of the earth. Okay, oldest known. And presently the Himalayan region, Himalayan mountain or northern plain, okay, all these regions were once occupied by Tethys Sea. ठीक है ना? तो याद रखना है. So it is separated from north, it is separated from Europe by these physical features. And on the other side, there is what? There is Asia. This is Asia. Okay? And here is Bab al-Mandeb. This is what? Bab al-Mandeb. Bab al-Mandeb. This is a strait. Now you all have to keep your atlas open. Okay? जितने भी देख रहे हैं, please क्या करें, अपना atlas को open रखें और वहां mark भी करना है. Okay? So here is Bab al-Mandeb. Okay? Here is Djibouti, African country. And this is what? The Red Sea. Okay? And this region is called Sinai Peninsula. This region is called Sinai Peninsula. Very small region. And in 1869, by cutting this Sinai Peninsula, okay, the Suez Canal, which canal? Suez Canal has been constructed. Okay? So, it is separated, African continent is separated from Asia. How it has been separated? ठीक है? Okay? So it is separated from Asia by this is Red Sea. Okay? Red Sea is a part of Great Rift Valley of Africa. Okay? Red Sea, and here there is a Sinai Peninsula, and in 1865 we have started the construction. 1865 we have started the construction, and 1869 it was completed. So Suez Canal, okay, constructed where? Sinai Peninsula, by cutting the Sinai Peninsula. Okay, and this Suez Canal connects what? The Mediterranean Sea with Red Sea. Okay, now I am going to draw here the diagram of Suez Canal. Okay, a freehand diagram you all have to draw. Okay, now this part is Mediterranean Sea, this part is Mediterranean Sea. Okay, this part is Mediterranean Sea, and here is Red Sea. Okay, but here is Gulf of Suez. This is what? Gulf of Suez. Okay, Gulf of Suez. This is Mediterranean Sea. Mediterranean Sea. Now, in both the side, on both sides of Mediterranean Sea, there are two ports. Here is Port Said. Here is Port Said, and here is Port Pod. And on the southern side, there is two ports also here. One is Port Suez. Okay, one is Suez, and the second is Port Tawfiq. This is, here is what? Port Tawfiq. Port Tawfiq. Now, so This is Red Sea. This is Red Sea, and this part was Sinai Peninsula. This part was, this is the part. Okay, this part. Okay, wait. Look here. This is Red Sea. This is Red Sea. Okay, and this part is Sinai Peninsula. Sinai Peninsula, it is a part of Egypt. Sinai Peninsula is a part of Egypt. And this is Mediterranean Sea. So we have constructed what? By cutting the Sinai Peninsula, इसी को काट करके we constructed what? The Suez Canal. Okay? And this Suez Canal is about 193 kilometer long. Okay? 193 kilometer long. It was constructed in 1869. Okay? And till 1956, it was in control of Great Britain. And in 1956, it was nationalized by whom? By the Egyptian government. Okay? In 1956, it was nationalized by, okay? Now, in this Suez Canal, we have number of, okay? We have a large number of lakes. One of the lake is Lake Manzala. Okay? Lake Manzala. Manzala Lake. So this is important. Manzala Lake, it is in this canal. The second is Lake Timsah. Okay? This is freehand I have drawn, so there is no need to draw this map on a scale basis. Okay? This is Lake Timsah. Lake Timsah. Lake Timsah. Okay? Apart from that, there are two other lakes also, and one is Great Bitter Lake. Great Bitter Lake, and this is what? Small Bitter Lake. UPSC has asked this question in preliminary examination. Okay? Great Bitter Lake and Small Bitter Lake, Lake Timsah. Okay? Okay? Manzala Lake, Great Bitter Lake, Small Bitter Lake, Lake Timsah. These are the lakes located where? In Suez Canal. Okay? Now, the architect of this Suez Canal, who was the architect? Architect was Ferdinand de Lesseps. Okay? Who was the architect? Ferdinand de, okay, Ferdinand de Lesseps, Lesseps. He was French, okay, and he was the architect of this Suez Canal, and he was the architect of this Suez Canal. And two important information which you all have to write about this Suez Canal is, write down, 12% of world trade. How much? 12% of world trade. 12% of world trade. 7% of crude oil trade. 7% of world oil trade. 12% of world trade. World trade here means what? The trade of other goods. Okay? 7% of crude oil. Crude oil, yes. Okay? and 30% of world container ships, 30% of world container ships carried by this canal. Okay, so three things. 12% of world trade is carried through this what? Suez Canal. Apart from that, 7% of what? Crude oil, and how much? 30% of the container ships, okay, passes through this Suez Canal. Okay, so two things we have discussed. Number one, this peninsula, entire Africa continent is separated from Europe and from Asia. Okay, mother continent, continent of hope, as well as dark continent, 54 countries. Okay, 54 countries. Now, look, this is the continent Africa, and look here, this is the only continent through which Tropic of Cancer, look, Tropic of Cancer, okay, equator, and the third is Tropic of Capricorn. Okay, Tropic of Capricorn is क्या है? Passes. This is the only, and apart from that, 0 degree meridian. 0 degree meridian is also passes through African countries. So now look here. Look the map. This is Tropic of Cancer. This is Tropic of Cancer. And Tropic of Cancer passes through. Tropic of Cancer is passing through Western Sahara. Look, wait. This is little bit. Here is. Now write down. Write down. Tropic of Cancer passes through Western Sahara, then Mauritania. Okay, and after this Mauritania, there is also Mali, then Algeria, Libya, and Egypt. So these are the countries through which, okay, so how many countries? Western Sahara, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 countries through which, okay, 6 countries of Europe through which Tropic of Cancer passes. And you all have to keep in mind Western Sahara, then Mauritania, then Mali, Algeria, Libya, Egypt. Okay, these are the countries through which the Tropic of Cancer passes. Okay, now the next is what? Equator. Equator passes through, look, Sao Tome and Principe. This is Sao Tome, S-A-O, Sao, T-O-M-E, Sao Tome and Principe. Okay, P-R-I-N-C-E-P, Principe. Sao Tome, Principe, then Gabon, then Congo Democratic Republic, then Uganda, Kenya, and Somalia. So how many countries? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. These are the 7 countries through which, Sao Tome, then Gabon, this is Gabon, then Congo Republic, then Congo Democratic Republic, then Uganda, here is Kenya, here is Somalia. So these are the 7 countries through which, okay, the equator is passing. And the next is, okay, next is what? The Tropic of Capricorn. Okay, this is Tropic of Cancer, this is equator. Equator is 0 degree, this is 23.5 degree, and this is Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn, मकर रेखा जो है, Capricorn passes through Namibia, Botswana, okay, Namibia, Botswana, South Africa, Mozambique, and Madagascar. So Capricorn passes through Namibia, Botswana, South Africa, and then Mozambique, and then Madagascar. Okay, now look here. Zero degree, okay, 0 degree longitude, which is prime meridian. This passes through, this 0 degree passes through Algeria, Mali, Burkina Faso, okay, sorry, Algeria, Mali, Burkina Faso, okay, Ghana and Togo. And this is what? The Gulf of Guinea. In Gulf of Guinea, okay, it meets with equator, 0 degree. So this is the only place where 0 degree equator and 0 degree prime meridian both cut across each other. Gulf of Guinea. Okay. And which countries? Algeria. Here is Mali. Here is Burkina Faso. Then Ghana, and then Togo. This is Ghana and this is Togo. And here is what? This region is Gulf of Guinea. So in Gulf of Guinea, what happens? Both 0 degree equator and 0 degree prime meridian or Greenwich line both cut each other. Okay, both cut each other. Now, I hope this is clear. Now, look here. Look this map. Here is, this is Eritrea. This part is Eritrea. This part is Djibouti. Okay? This part is Djibouti. This part is Ethiopia. And this part is Somalia. Okay? These countries are called what? Horn of Africa. Okay? Eritrea, Djibouti, okay, Ethiopia and Somalia. These three are called what? Now, so Eritrea, Djibouti, okay, Eritrea, Djibouti, and here is what? Djibouti and Ethiopia and Somalia. These are the part of Horn of Africa. Okay, now, and here is, look, so this is the part of Horn of Africa. Here is Horn of Africa, and this Horn of Africa, here is a triangle, and this triangle is called Afar triangle. This triangle is called Afar triangle. Afar triangle. Afar region is a region of Ethiopia. Look, Afar is a depression. It is a depression of Ethiopia. Okay? And Africa is splitting from this region. Africa is splitting. And according to geographer, in between 5 to 10 million, a new ocean is going to create from this region. It is a junction of, this Afar triangle is a junction of 3 plates. Here is Nubian plate. Here is African plate. This is Nubian plate. This is Arabian plate. And here is Somalian plate. Okay? So it is a junction of 3 plates. Okay? And apart from that, there is also a very minor plate called Danakil. Okay? It is a Danakil plate. Another plate is what? Danakil plate. Minor plate, very minor plate. So this Afar region, Afar is a depression. Afar is a depression, but Afar triangle is located in these 4 countries. Remember one thing, Afar depression is in which country? Ethiopia. It is a low-lying area. But there is Afar triangle. Afar triangle is a big triangle. And this triangle is located where? Eritrea, Djibouti, Ethiopia and Somalia. Okay? And here 3 plates. Which plate? Nubian plate. It is a Nubian plate. Nubian plate. Here is Arabian plate. This part is Nubian plate. Here is Nubian plate. This part is Arabian plate, and here is Somalian plate. Okay? Junction of these 3 plates. And there is also a very minor plate. And what is the name of minor plate? Danakil plate. And Africa is splitting from this region. Africa, क्या हो रहा है यहां से? Split कर रहा है. Africa is splitting from this region. यहां से टूट रहा है. Okay? And according to geographers and geologists, okay, a new ocean will form after 5 to 10 million years. And what will be the name of new ocean? Alvor. 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 Okay? Tide. TEIDE. Tide. Atlantic Rift. Atlantic Rift. So this is going to be this is the proposed name. Okay? This is the what tentatively we have used the name of a new ocean which is going to form after 5 to 10 million years. Okay? And from which region Africa is splitting? Afar region. Afar depression is in Ethiopia, but Afar triangle is a triangle located whose arms are located in Eritrea, Djibouti, Ethiopia and Somalia, and here 3 big plates, okay, and I'm not talking about major plates, 3 big plates, Somalian plate, Arabian plate and Nubian plate. Nubian plate is an African plate, and 1 minor plate. What is the name of minor plate? Danakil. Okay, so this is the convergent point of plates, and Africa is splitting from this region. Okay, now so I hope this is clear. Now look here. Look, this part is, now look this map. Morocco, Algeria and Tunisia. Okay, this is Morocco, this is Algeria and this is Tunisia. These countries are called Maghreb country. What is this? These countries are called which country? Maghreb. M-A-G. Look. Yes. This is Morocco. This is Morocco. This is Algeria and this is Tunisia. These 3 countries are called Maghreb country. Okay. M-A-G-H-R-E-B. Maghreb country. Maghreb country means what? In Arabic word, sun is going to set here. Sun sets in this region. Sun sets in this region. That's why these countries are called Maghreb countries. Okay? Maghreb country. And apart from that, look, this is, so Maghreb countries are which countries? Morocco plus Algeria plus Tunisia. But there is also one word, Africa Minor. There is also a word called Africa Minor. Africa Minor. Okay? Now, so which countries are the part of Africa Minor? Look here. Again, see, first these 3 countries, Morocco, Algeria, plus Tunisia, and apart from that, here is also, look. Now, see the map. Algeria, okay, Morocco, Libya, Western Africa, Western Sahara, Libya is there. Okay, Western Sahara, this is Western Sahara. Libya, Western Sahara, and Mauritania. This is Mauritania. So these are the countries which are called Africa Minor. Why they are called Africa Minor? Because they are very close to Europe. This is the reason. There is no other reason. Okay? So Africa Minor. Africa Minor. Okay? Africa Minor is what? This is what? Western Sahara. This is Mauritania. And this is Libya. These countries are called Africa Minor. Okay? Morocco, Algeria and Tunisia, these are called what? These are called Maghreb country. Why called Maghreb? Because sunset here. This is the word used by in Arabic. And Asia Minor, sorry, Africa Minor. Okay? Turkey is called Asia Minor region. Turkey region is called Asia Minor because it is close to Europe. Similarly, these regions, these countries of Africa are very close to Mediterranean Sea, very close to what? Europe. That's why these countries are called Africa Minor. Okay? Africa Minor. Now, then, now, look here. Yes. African Minor means African minor countries are first of all Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, and just eastern part of Tunisia, southeastern part you will get Libya, and southwestern part of Morocco you will get Western Sahara, and just eastern side of Western Sahara you will get Mauritania. So these are the parts of, these countries are the part of Africa Minor. Okay, these terms are used. Now, there is a region which are very dry, and that region is called Sahel region. Okay, region are called, which region? Sahel region. Okay, Sahel region. Now, look here. This is Senegal. This is Senegal. Okay, Senegal. Okay, then Senegal, we start from this Senegal, Mauritania, Mali, Burkina Faso also. Okay, now look here. This is Senegal, Mali, here is Burkina Faso, then Niger, okay, Algeria, Niger, Chad, okay, Niger, apart from Niger there is also Nigeria, Chad, Sudan, okay, and Sudan, then Eritrea and Ethiopia, okay. These all are the part of which region? Sahel. Chad is also Chad, Cameroon, etc. Okay, so write down. Okay, now Sahel region is the driest part of Africa. It is the driest part, and this region is located where? Okay, so start from here. This is Senegal. This is Senegal. This is Mauritania. Okay, Senegal, Mauritania. Then here is Mali. This is Algeria. This part is Algeria. Okay, then Burkina Faso, Mali. Then here is Burkina Faso. This is Burkina Faso. Okay, Burkina Faso, then Algeria is there. Okay, Niger and Nigeria. This is Niger and this is Nigeria. Okay, here is Sudan. Okay, Cameroon is also there. Cameroon, Chad. Okay, Cameroon, Chad. Okay, this is Senegal, this is Mauritania, this is Mali, this is Burkina Faso, this is Niger, here is Nigeria, this is Chad, and here is also Cameroon is there. Okay, this is Cameroon, here is Cameroon, this is part of Cameroon. Okay, there is Sudan. Okay, and here is Eritrea, and here is Ethiopia. Okay? Eritrea, Ethiopia, Cameroon, Eritrea, Chad. So all these are the part of which? Sahel region. Okay? Very dry region. And this part is also, this Sahel region is also the region of Great Green Wall of Africa. Okay? Great Green Wall. Great Green Wall of Africa. Why? Because under UN, plantation of tree. Okay? Under, it is a program of UN to plant trees here. Why? To combat desertification, to check the spread of desert. Okay, to check the spread of desert. So these are the part of Sahel region is the driest part. Okay, very less rainfall takes place in this region, and this okay, Great Green Wall of Africa is an initiative of UN, and the purpose of this initiative is to what? To plant tree to check the what? Desertification. Okay, to check the spread of desert. Okay, now, so these are the parts of Sahel region. Now, so we have this is Sahel region, and this region is basically driest region, and it is a region of what? Region of very less rainfall, desert region. Okay. Now, look the map of deserts of Africa. क्या लगा दिया यार इन लोगों ने? Now, this is the desert of, all these are the deserts of Africa. So you all have to keep in mind by just where in which countries they are located. Okay, by through your atlas, with the help of atlas, you have to locate the regions. Okay, now look here. This is what? Atlantic coastal desert. This is in Western Sahara province. Okay, Atlantic. Now here is क्या है? TANE, Tanzarot deserts. Desert. Okay, here is, now white desert is here, Sinai desert is here, blue desert. These are the very important deserts. Sinai deserts, blue desert, Nubian desert, okay, Eritrean coastal desert, Grand desert, okay, then just I'm showing, I'm going to write all the names of the deserts. Wait. Now, look here. This is white desert, and white desert is in Egypt, because here is Egypt. Sinai desert and blue desert both are on Sinai Peninsula of Egypt. Okay, just you all have to write Sinai desert and blue deserts. These two deserts are on Sinai Peninsula. Sinai Peninsula. Sinai Peninsula of Sinai desert and blue deserts both are the part of Sinai Desert of Egypt. Okay, here is Libyan Desert. Libyan Desert is a desert of Libya. Okay, Libyan Desert is a desert of Libya. Here is Guban Desert, Guban, Guban Desert. Okay, it is a part of Somalia and Eritrea. Okay, Somalia and Ethiopia. Okay, Ogaden Desert, just here is Ogaden, Ogaden, Ogaden Desert. Okay, Ogaden Desert. Then there is the Chalbi Desert. This is what? Chalbi, Chalbi Desert. Okay, Chalbi Desert. And there, apart from that, Nilri Desert, Nylri, Nilri Desert. Now, what you all have to do? You all have to mark you all have to just see the map of world map, and you have to mark where these deserts are located. Okay, here is Danakil Desert, and we all know Danakil is a minor plate. It is a plate of triangle, a far triangle. So Danakil Desert is a Ethiopian desert, very small area. Okay, here is Mokhameds, Mocameds, Mocameds, Mokhameds Desert. This is Namib Desert. Here is Kalahari Desert. So these are some important deserts of Africa. You all have to keep in mind. Okay. And once or twice when you will see the map, okay, it will be embedded in your mind. आपके दिमाग में जाके क्या हो जाएगा, बैठ जाएगा. And you all have to do, if you want to pass the examination, and I hope you, and I know you all are preparing very hard. Okay, you all are preparing for good result. So definitely you all have to keep in mind, and once or twice or thrice when you see the map, see the atlas, all the deserts will be embedded in your mind. Okay, वो चला जाएगा. So these are some important deserts. You all, especially blue desert, white desert, unique name. Okay, grand desert. So these are some area, and especially this reason is very important. Why? It is continuously in news because of Arafat triangle, Arafat depression, Arafat triangle. So the area, every physical features of this area, you all have to keep in mind. You all have to keep in mind. Okay. So these are the deserts of Africa. Okay. And look here. Kalahari Desert, and here is Namib Desert, and here is Mokamed Deserts. In this part of Africa, okay, these are the cold desert. These are the cold desert of Africa. Why cold desert? Because a cold current is flowing in this region. Cold current. And what is the name of cold current? Bangula. Okay, Bangula. Bangula cold current. It is a part of which current? western drift, west drift current, and west drift is the world longest. Okay, this is what the western drift current, and it is a part of western drift. So this region is always very cold, and Namib Desert, Kalahari Desert, these all are cold desert. Kalahari is a rocky desert basically. Kalahari is famous for ostrich. Kalahari is famous for ostrich. Now, one thing is also very important. This is Great Sahara Desert, this entire region, Sahara Desert. Okay? And Sahara Desert is known by different name in different countries. Okay? World largest desert. And large number of tribes also live in this region. Okay? Now, in Sahara Desert, you all have to keep in mind, in Sahara Desert, a very famous tribe of Africa resides. And this is what? Tuareg. Turk. Tuareg. This is the tribe of REG. Sorry. REG. So Tuareg, it is a tribe of Sahara Desert. Okay? And here is Namib Desert. Hottentot. Which tribe? Hottentot. In Sahara Desert, entire desert area is dominated by a tribe. I'm not talking about only a particular region, because Sahara Desert, these are the parts of Sahara Deserts known by locally named deserts. Part of Sahara Desert. And here is what? Tuareg. It is a tribe of Sahara Desert. Similarly, Namib region, Namib Desert is known for its a tribe, and tribe is called Hottentot. ठीक है? इसको क्या कहते हैं? Hottentot. ओके? कौन सा ट्राइब है यहां? Hottentot. Yes, Hottentot is a tribe of, okay, tots. पूछा जाता है क्वेश्चन ये, Hottentot जो है ये ट्राइब है किसका? हाँ, it is a tribe of Namib Desert. Similarly, Kalahari Desert, which is a rocky desert. Kalahari Desert कैसा है ये? Rocky desert है. Major part of Botswana. आप देखेंगे तो. Here, Bushman. Which tribe? Bushman. यहां कौन सा ट्राइब रहता है? Bushman. So these all things you all have to keep in mind. आपको याद रखने हैं. Hottentot, मेजर ग्रुप कौन सा है यहां का? Tuareg. ओके? Hottentot, Tuareg है, उसके बाद Bushman. ओके? And Bushman is the oldest surviving tribes of Africa. याद रखिएगा. Bushman, this tribe is the Africa's oldest, सबसे प्राचीन क्या है ये? ट्राइब्स है. Bushman is क्या है? ओल्डेस्ट ट्राइब है. ओल्डेस्ट सर्वाइविंग ट्राइबल ग्रुप ऑफ अफ्रीका. ठीक है? नाउ अब देखिए, Africa is known for 7 lakes, Great Lakes of Africa. Okay? Great Lakes of Africa. There are large number of lakes, but यहां क्या है? कुछ ऐसे lakes हैं जिनको मिला के क्या कहा जाता है? Great Lakes of Africa. ठीक है? अब देखिए यहां, अब अगर मैं This is equator. Okay, so यहां से this is here, this is what? Great Rift Valley of Africa. Okay, this is what? Great Rift Valley of Africa, or this is also called Eastern Rift Valley. Eastern Rift Valley. Okay, Eastern Rift Valley, and it is the longest rift valley. ये दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा rift valley है, with a total length of about 5,000 kilometer. Okay, 5,000 kilometer, and it start from here is Lake Malawi. Here is what? Lake Malawi. Lake Malawi. Start from Lake Malawi, and here is Dead Sea. Dead Sea is on Jordan-Israel border. यहां तक है ये. Okay? Jordan-Israel border. So, and this entire Red Sea is also the part of, किसका part है? Rift Valley का part है. Okay? Start from Lake Malawi. And Lake Malawi, here is Lake Tanganyika. This is what? Lake Tanganyika. ये कौन सा है? Lake TAN, Tanganyika. Okay? And YIKA, Tanganyika. It is the world longest lake. It is the world longest lake. Lake Tanganyika. And next to, not to Lake Tanganyika, there is a Lake Q. Okay? Here is what? Lake Q. Lake Q. Okay? Now, then Lake Edward. Here is what? Lake Edward. Lake Edward. Okay? And next is Lake Turkana. Here is what? Which was earlier it was known as Lake Rudolph. Here is what? Lake Turkana. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? And Lake Victoria. This is what? The world largest, second largest freshwater lake after Lake Superior. Okay? This is Lake Victoria. This is Lake Victoria. And there is another lake called, okay, Malawi is there, Kiev is there, Edward, Tanganyika, Albert. We have left Albert. Albert is here. Okay? Lake Albert. Edward, and here is Lake Albert. So these are the lakes, 7 lakes, and these lakes are called the Great Lakes of Africa. Okay? Now what you all have to do? You all have to, in notes, you all have to, the countries where these lakes are located, you all have to see in map. Okay? These are the 7 lakes, big lakes of Africa, and these lakes are called, क्या कहते हैं? The Great Lakes of, part of Great Lakes of Africa. Okay? Now, So, Great Lakes of Africa, and it is a part of Rift Valley. Remember one thing, Lake Victoria is not a part of Rift Valley. Okay? Lake Victoria किसका हिस्सा नहीं है? महान भ्रंश घाट Rift Valley का part नहीं है. Okay? And the source of Lake Victoria is rainwater. The source is what? Rainwater. Okay? But remember one thing, in Djibouti, there is a lake, and the lake is called Lake Assal. Lake Assal. Look here. In Djibouti, okay, this is Djibouti, and in Djibouti there is a lake, and lake is called, what is the name? Lake Assal. And this Lake Assal is the deepest point of Africa. It is the deepest part of Africa. It is the Lake Assal is the deepest. It is a lake of which country? It is a lake of Djibouti. Okay? And it is the deepest part of Africa. Okay? Apart from that, there is also a lake, Lake Chad. And Lake Chad is it is a disputed, once it was a disputed lake. This is Cameroon. Okay? This is what? Look. This is Cameroon, this is Chad, and this is Niger and Nigeria. Here, 4 countries. Okay, there is a lake between which the lakes share its border with 4 countries. 4 countries से अपनी सीमा बनाता है ये. Chad, Niger, Nigeria, and Cameroon. Okay, but International Court of Justice, okay, transfer the sovereignty of this lake to Chad. So this is Lake Chad. Here is Djibouti, and in Djibouti there is a lake called Assal, which is the deepest part of Africa. Deepest part of Africa. Okay. Now, next is the mountains of Africa. Mountains of Africa. Okay. Next is what? The mountains of Africa. Now, mountains of Africa. So, this is Morocco, this is Algeria, this is Tunisia. In these 3 countries, there is a mountain called Atlas Mountain. It is a fold mountains. Atlas Mountain. Okay? Now, this Atlas Mountain is, there are in this Atlas Mountain, we have a large number of small ranges. Okay? The first is anti-Atlas. Anti-Atlas. This Atlas is called Lesser Atlas. Anti-Atlas. It is the part of Morocco. Okay? Then High Atlas. High Atlas is also called Grand Atlas. It is the highest part of, okay, highest part of Atlas. It is in Morocco. Okay. Then Middle Atlas. Middle Atlas. This is also the part of Morocco. And then Tel Atlas. Tel, T-E-S-S. Tel Atlas. It is in Tunisia. It is the part of Tunisia. And Sahara Desert Atlas. Sahara Desert Atlas. Okay, all three: Morocco, Algeria, and Tunisia. So these are the subparts of Sahara Atlas. These are the subpart of Sahara Atlas. These are the subpart of Sahara Atlas. Okay, and which is the largest part? Which is the High Atlas? Is High Atlas or Grand Atlas? It is in Morocco, and it is the broadest, highest part of. Okay, now the next is now this is now. So this is Atlas. Now here is, this is south of, this is Algeria. In south of Algeria, there is a mountain called Ahaggar mountain. Okay, here is which mountain? Ahaggar. Okay, south of Algeria. And Ahaggar mountain, Ahaggar mountain, Ahaggar mountain, south of. Okay, now this is Chad. Okay, this is Chad, this is Niger, this is Nigeria, and this is Cameroon. Yahi hai na? This is Chad, this is Niger, this is Nigeria, and this is Cameroon. Here is Lake Chad. In this region, there is a Tibesti mountain. Which mountain? Tibesti. T-I-B-E. Here is a mountain called T-I-B-E-S-T-I. Tibesti mountain. Tibesti mountain. And this mountain is in Chad, Niger, and Libya. Sorry. Chad, Niger, and Libya. ऊपर में, sorry, थोड़ा Libya is on the northern side. Okay, this is, so Ahaggar mountain. Ahaggar mountain is in south of, it is a mountain of Algeria. But this Tibsit mountain is in like this. Here is, this is Chad. Okay, this is the Chad, this is Niger, and this is Libya. So this is what? Tibsit mountain. ये 3 countries में है. Okay, now the next is look, here is Uganda. Here is Uganda and Kenya. Here is Uganda and Kenya. Okay, so now look here. Okay, Uganda and Kenya. In this area, there is a mountain, and the name of the mountain is Mount Elgon. Mount Elgon. Mount Elgon. Niger, Chad, and Libya. What is the name of mountain? Tibesti, Tibesti. Here is the name of mountain is Tibesti, Tibesti mountain. 3 countries, Libya, Chad and Niger, not Nigeria. Okay. Mount Elgon is in Uganda and Kenya. Okay. Now, then this is Uganda, and just west side of Uganda, okay, this is Uganda, and this is what? Congo Republic. Okay, Congo Republic. So this is, ये कौन सा है? This area is Kenya, and this is Uganda, and this is Democratic Republic of Congo. So in this region there is also a mountain here. In Uganda and Democratic Republic of Congo, there is a Rwenzori mountain. Okay, what is the name? This mountain is Rwenzori. Okay, RWENZORI, Rwenzori mountain, and this mountain is also known as the mountain of the moon. Mountain of the moon. So Rwenzori mountain is in between Uganda and Democratic Republic of Congo. Mount Elgon is in between Uganda and Kenya. Okay, and Rwenzori mountain किसके बीच में है? Uganda and Democratic Republic of. Okay, now, so this is Tanzania. Look here, this is the map of. Okay, this is Tanzania. Okay, so here is just below Kenya, you will get Tanzania. So in Tanzania there is Mount Kilimanjaro. Okay, and it is the world's largest free standing mountain. World largest free standing mountain. मतलब एकदम अलग है, एक ही माउंटेन है और पूरा है वो. There is no any branches or ranges. So Kilimanjaro, it is in Tanzania, and it is a world's tallest free standing mountain. Kilimanjaro. Okay, Kilimanjaro, it is the world tallest free standing mountain. It is a volcanic, it is a dormant volcanic, okay, sorry, extinct, and it is located where? Very near to equator, but its peak is covered with ice. There is a glaciers are found, its peak is, okay, ice is found in its peak, in spite of it is located where? Very near to equator. ये बहुत नजदीक है किसके? इक्वेटर के, और बहुत नजदीक है, बट यहां क्या है आपको? द top of the Kilimanjaro is covered with ice. Okay, this is because of elevation. जैसे ऊपर जाते हैं, what happens? The temperature, after every 165 meter of height, there is a decrease in temperature by 1 degree Celsius, which is called normal lapse rate. Okay, now, so this is Mount Elgon. Okay, and apart from that, there is also a mountain called Drakensberg, and here is Drakensberg. It is in South Africa, Lesotho and Swaziland. Okay, now, because in Africa, in South Africa, 2 sovereign countries are located in the map of South Africa. Okay, in the map of, look here, this is Swaziland and this is Lesotho. These are the two countries, sovereign countries, located in the entirely it is inside Africa. And Swaziland, the name of Swaziland has been changed and it is Eswatini. Okay, it is the kingdom of Eswatini. The name of Swaziland is kingdom of Eswatini. Eswatini. The kingdom of Eswatini. Earlier it was called Swaziland, but now it is called kingdom of Eswatini. Kingdom of Eswatini. Now, next is the plateaus of Africa. Okay, plateaus of Africa. Plateaus of Africa. Plateaus. Now, so look here. This is Democratic Republic. This is Democratic Republic of Congo. Okay, this is what? Democratic Republic of Congo. Now look here, this map. This is Democratic Republic of Congo, and here there is the plateau called Katanga Plateau. Which plateau? Katanga Plateau. So you all have to write A. A is what? Katanga Plateau. And Katanga Plateau is a plateau of Democratic Republic of Congo. Democratic Republic of Congo, and it is also the source of Congo River. It is a source of Congo River, and it is famous for copper, uranium, and gold. It is a source of, Katanga Plateau is a plateau of Democratic Republic of Congo, and it is a source of which river? Congo River, and it is famous for copper, gold, and uranium. Copper, gold, and uranium. Now, next is Ethiopian Plateau. So it is a plateau of Ethiopia. Ethiopian Plateau is also called Abyssinian Plateau. Yes, it is also called Abyssinian. Okay, Abyssinian Plateau, and this is Ethiopia. This is Ethiopia, and what is the name of plateau? Ethiopian Plateau. Number B is Ethiopian or Abyssinian. Abyssinian Plateau. And Lake Tana is located on this plateau. Lake Tana. Which lake? Lake Tana. And this Lake Tana is the source of Blue Nile. Lake Tana is the source of, this is Lake Tana, and Lake Tana is the source of Blue Nile. Blue Nile. किसका सोर्स है? ब्लू नाइल का. एंड दिस इज लेक विक्टोरिया. This is Lake Victoria. This is the source of White Nile. Okay, and White Nile and Blue Nile both meet at Khartoum. Both meet at Khartoum, the capital of North Sudan, and from here it is called Nile. From here it is called Nile. So Lake Tana is located on Ethiopian Plateau. Ethiopian Plateau or Abyssinian Plateau. Okay, and Lake Tana comes, and from Lake Tana which river comes out? ब्लू नाइल कम्स आउट, उससे निकलती है. और लेक विक्टोरिया से क्या निकलती है? व्हाइट नाइल. फ्रॉम लेक टाना ब्लू नाइल, एंड फ्रॉम लेक विक्टोरिया व्हाइट नाइल. व्हाइट नाइल कम्स आउट, and from Lake Tana, which Nile? Blue Nile comes out, and both meet at where? Khartoum, the capital of North Sudan. Capital of North Sudan, and from here they are called, this river is called Nile River. Now, next is Somalian Plateau. This is Somalian Plateau. Somalian Plateau is a plateau of Somalia. Okay, and it is famous for petroleum. Africa is devoid of petrol, but Somalian Plateau is famous for petroleum. Okay, and remember one thing, Abyssinian Plateau is a volcanic plateau. Abyssinian Plateau कौन सा है? Abyssinian Plateau is, Abyssinian Ethiopian Plateau is what? Volcanic plateau. And coffee, famous for coffee also. Now, so this is Niger. Okay, so which plateau we have discussed? Here is, what was the name? Katanga Plateau. Next was Abyssinian Plateau or Ethiopian Plateau. This is this plateau is the volcanic plateau formed by the volcanic eruption. Third is what? Which plateau? Somali Plateau, and Somali Plateau is known for petroleum. Okay, then look, this is Nigeria, and this is, what is the name of the country? Cameroon. In between Nigeria and Cameroon, in that both, there is a plateau called Adamawa Plateau. Adamawa. Adamawa. Mawa. Okay, Adamawa. Adamawa Plateau. Okay, Adamawa. Now, then this is Nigeria, and in Nigeria there is one plateau, a small plateau, and this plateau is the plateau, 𝐿𝐽𝐻 Plateau. J-O-S, 𝐿𝐽𝐻 Plateau. And 𝐿𝐽𝐻 Plateau is famous for tin. It is famous for tin. And which state of India is famous for tin? Chhattisgarh. 99% of the tin we obtain from which state? Chhattisgarh. वहीं से मिलता है हमें. Now, then comes Bai Plateau. Bai, B-I-E. Okay. Now, Angola. Look here. This is Libya, Sudan, Chad, Niger, okay, Somalia, Kenya, okay. Now look here. Here is Angola. This is Angola, just above Namibia, okay. So this is Namibia and this is what? Angola. So here there is a plateau and this plateau is called biplateau, BIE, biplateau. इसको क्या कहते हैं हम लोग? Biplateau कहते हैं. This plateau is called biplateau. Okay, biplateau. Now famous for copper, agriculture and cattle rearing. Now, and what is the name of this country? Okay, this is Democratic Republic of Congo. And which plateau is there? Katanga Plateau. But in this region, there is a very world smallest plateau is located. In this is Democratic Republic of Congo. And in this Democratic Republic of Congo, world's smallest plateau is located. And the name of the plateau is 𝐭𝐡𝐫𝐿, KUNDEL, Kundel, okay, 𝐭𝐡𝐫𝐿𝐿. This is the world's smallest plateau and it is in Democratic Republic of Congo. Okay, Democratic Republic of Congo. And there is also Karo. Here is Great Karo, KAROO, in South Africa. Okay, this is what? The Great Karo, KAROO. This is in South Africa, very rich in gold. Karo. It is in South Africa. It is in South Africa. It is in South Africa. Now, next is the river. Or apart from, we will just also discuss about the first river, then I will discuss the other. Now, the rivers of, okay, the rivers of Africa. Okay, now, so here is Drakensberg. This mountain is Drakensberg mountain. And Drakensberg mountain, from this Drakensberg mountain, Drakensberg is a mountain of South Africa. It is not only in South Africa, but it is also in Lesotho and the Republic of, Kingdom of Eswatini. So it is not only entirely located in Africa. क्योंकि आप दो कंट्री और हैं, small countries जो किसमें हैं. Okay. Now from this Drakensberg, two rivers comes out. एक तो है आपको कौन सा? River Orange. And River Orange drains in where? Atlantic Ocean. किस ओर आती है? Atlantic Ocean. Okay. And the second is River Limpopo. River Limpopo. And this river drains into Gulf of Mozambique. Here is Gulf of Mozambique. Gulf of Mozambique. Gulf of Mozambique. So river Limpopo drains into which ocean? Indian Ocean. River Limpopo. And river Limpopo is the only river that cut Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn twice. This is the only river. And river Limpopo also formed boundary. It also formed boundary between whom? South Africa and Botswana. South Africa and Botswana. And second, South Africa and Zimbabwe. River Limpopo. And river Limpopo is draining into Gulf of Mozambique. Okay? Now, Gulf of Mozambique. Now, next is River Zambezi. River Zambezi. Zambezi is called the Great River of Africa. Okay? And it is the fourth longest river of Africa. It is the fourth longest river of Africa. The longest कौन सा है? River Nile is the longest. Second is River Congo or Zaire River. Third river is River Niger, and fourth is Niger River is the third. This is the River Niger. Okay, this is River Niger, and fourth is what? Zambezi, the Great River. Okay, and Congo Republic and Zambezi River, and this Zambezi River drains into कहाँ जाती है ये? Mozambique Channel. Mozambique Channel. Okay, and two falls, waterfalls is on River Zambezi. दो waterfall है इस पे. One is Victoria and second is Victoria Waterfall and Kariba Dam. So remember one thing, on River Zambezi, क्या है? River Zambezi, there is a Victoria Fall. Victoria Fall. This fall was discovered by David Livingstone, and this waterfall is also called the smoke that thunder. क्या कहते हैं इसको? Okay, the smoke that thunder. Okay, now, so the smoke that thunder, कौन किस waterfall को कहते हैं? हाँ, Victoria. Now, the next river is River Zaire or Congo River. Okay. Source is Katanga Plateau. Katanga Plateau is a plateau of okay. The next is Congo River. It is the second longest river of Africa. Drains into Atlantic Ocean. Drains into Atlantic Ocean. Now this river has number of waterfalls. So write down Livingstone waterfall, Stanley waterfall, Livingstone waterfall, उसके बाद क्या है Stanley waterfall and Boyoma, Boyoma, Boyoma waterfall. All are located on Congo River. And Pygmy tribe, the smallest tribe, सबसे छोटी है in height, okay, resides, or the Pygmy tribes lives in which river? The Congo River basin. Pygmy, okay, Pygmy tribes, the smallest tribe, smallest in the sense of height, not in number, okay, they lives in the basin of Congo River. Congo River. Now, then next is Senegal River. Senegal. So Senegal River originate in Guyana, Guinea. This is Guinea. Okay, Guinea. Originates in where? Guinea, Guinea, and drains into Atlantic Ocean. Drains into Atlantic Ocean. And next is Niger. Niger River. Okay, this is Niger River is also called oil river. It is called oil river because of palm oil, because of transportation of palm oil. Okay, this river is called oil river. Originates from the hill of Guinea, hill areas of Guinea, and drains into Gulf of Guinea. और कहाँ आके गिरती है ये? And this is the third longest river of Africa. And we all know this is River Nile, Lake Victoria. Which Nile comes out? White Nile. Blue Nile comes from Lake Tana. This is Lake Tana of Ethiopia. And both meet at where? Khartoum, North Sudan, and here it is called, and it drains into Mediterranean Sea. Now, look, African rivers are very fast flowing rivers. Okay? And you all have that read world history. Africa was the last continent which was colonized by Africans. What were the reasons? I hope you all better know what was the reason. Okay, what were the reasons? It was the last country, and the battle of African country for independence was also very full of bloodshed. Very fierce movement took place here. And the European countries has divided this entire by putting a scale. That's why iska border dekh rahe hain na kis tarah hai. No country has a border like a straight line. Okay? Why Africa is called dark nation, dark continent, and why it was that colonized, okay, by Europeans very late. Reason kya tha? Resource, full of resource. One of the major was 2-3 reasons was there. First of all, till malaria vaccine was invented, jab tak dawa nahi aaya, because this area was birthplace of what? Mosquitoes. So when they discovered that medicine of malaria, then they entered. Secondly, earlier they used to use that raw explosive, and this is a damp area. So moisture always क्या होता था उनके जो cartridge था उसको. So when they started developing the sealed cartridge, so sealed cartridge was very when they started using the sealed cartridge, तो sealed cartridge क्या होता था? वो moisture उसमें जल्दी नहीं लगता था. Then they entered. After then, two things are very important. First of all, African continent is a very receive plenty of rainfall in the deep part, this part, and this part also receive plenty of rainfall. So because of that, this region is a reason best place for the birth of mosquitoes. तो पहले उन्होंने mosquito का दवा खोजा. And second, when they started using the seal packed cartridge, because earlier they used loosely packed explosive, and loosely packed explosive was very easily क्या होता था? Combined with moisture, and their efficacy क्या हो जाता था? Reduced to 0. So when they developed this type of machine, guns and packed cartridge, after that they entered in the deep part of. And there was only one medium of transportation, that was river. Fast flowing river was also there. So mechanized boat, after this they entered in this interior part of. Okay, so this is what. Now African river is fast flowing river, and we all know these rivers, fast flowing rivers, have a high potential of what? Hydropower electricity. So there are number of dams, big dams, okay, on the rivers of Africa. So write down the name of dams. Number 1 is Aswan Dam, ASWAN. Aswan Dam. Aswan Dam is on river Nile. Aswan Dam is on river Nile. Then Kariba Dam. Kariba Dam is on Zambezi River. Cobra Bassa Dam, COHORA, COBORA, Cobra Bassa Dam. It is also on river Niger, Zambezi. Okay. 𝐭𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐿 Dam, 𝐭𝐴𝐻𝐿, 𝐭𝐻𝐿 Dam. It is on river Niger. Ovan Dam, OVAN, Ovan Dam, White Nile. Ovan. Sonar Dam, SONNAR. Sonar Dam, it is on Blue Nile. Then Inga Dam, INGA, Inga Dam. This dam is on river Zaire or Congo. Okay. And Akosambo, कौन सा है? AKOSOMBO. Akosambo Dam. It is on Volta River. VOLTA. Volta River. And Volta River is a river of, look, this is Volta River. This is the river of Ghana. This is Volta River. So it is famous for entire Africa has a large number of dams for the generation of electricity. For the generation of electricity. Now, islands of Africa. Islands of Africa. Islands of Africa. Islands of Africa. Now, this is West Africa and this is Mauritania. Okay. Here you will get Canary Island. Okay. Canary Island. Canary Island. But this island is in under Spain. Spain. Okay. Now, then Madeira, just above this here is Madeira. Okay. Madeira is under Portugal. Okay. MADEIRA. Madeira Island. Under Portugal. Okay. Now, here is, here you will get, this is Namibia and this is Angola. Okay. Here you will get St. Helena. St. Helena. It is very famous. St. Helena. World history. You all have read about whom? Napoleon Bonaparte. His continental policy. Okay. He was arrested by the power of Europe and he was imprisoned here and he lost his life where? On this St. Helena. So this is known by, this is, okay. So Napoleon died in exile. Where? St. Helena. So this is Canary Island. This is Madeira Island. Just Canary Island के just बगल में ही आपको क्या मिलेगा? Cape Verde Island. Which island? Cape Verde. Senegal के पास है. Oh, sorry. Senegal. ठीक है, थोड़ा सा इसी के पास. ठीक है, केप वर्दे. सेनेगल देखिएगा मैप में. You will get just the side of Senegal. Just इसी के बगल में ही है. कैनरी के just बगल में ही है. Okay? Cape Verde. This is Senegal. Look here. This is Senegal. Or this is what? Cape Verde. This is Cape Verde. Here is Western Sahara and here is Canary. This is Canary, and just here is what? Madeira. Madeira is under Portugal, Canary is under Spain, and Cape Verde is a free. Senegal के just बगल में. Okay? Now, this is Madagascar. This is Madagascar, world's 4th largest island. Madagascar. And this is Mauritius. Mauritius is also part of Africa. This is Seychelles. It is also part of Africa. It is the smallest country of Africa. Seychelles is the smallest country of Africa. Algeria is the largest country. Algeria is the largest country of Africa. Seychelles is the smallest country of Africa. Okay? And here is, okay? Now, this is Tanzania. In Tanzania, here you will get Zanzibar. Zanzibar Island. Okay? Which bar? Zanzibar. And this Zanzibar Island is famous for spices, and especially black pepper. Zanzibar Island. And just north to Zanzibar, you will get Pemba Island. Pemba Island is also famous for spices. And both are under Tanzania. Madagascar, Mauritius, Seychelles, here is Zanzibar, and just north to Zanzibar you will get Pemba Island. Okay? Pemba. It is a part of Tanzania. Okay? And also north to Mauritius you will get Reunion Island. Reunion Island. It is a volcanic Reunion hotspot. Okay? And just Mauritius के just बगल में क्या मिलेगा आपको? Mascarene Island. Mascarene High. Okay? Mascarene. Here is Mauritius. Just eastern side to Mauritius you will get Reunion Island. ठीक है? और Reunion Island के just आप eastern side में जाओगे you will get the Mascarene. It is under France. जो है ना ये क्या कहते हैं आपको? मॉरिशस के जस्ट रियूनियन आइलैंड इज अंडर, आप देखोगे वहां मिलेगा आपको, रियूनियन इज अंडर फ्रांस. वहीं आपको कोमोरोस आइलैंड भी मिलेगा. नॉर्थ ऑफ मेडागास्कर यू विल गेट कोमोरोस आइलैंड. हियर इज यू विल गेट कोमोरोस. दिस इज कोमोरोस. इट इज ऑल्सो अंडर फ्रांस. एंड हियर इज मॉरिशस के जस्ट बगल में रियूनियन, एंड रियूनियन के पास ही क्या मिलेगा आपको? यू विल गेट मैस्करीन. ओके, मैस्करीन आइलैंड. और मैस्करीन आइलैंड इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड मैस्करीन हाई, एंड दिस हाई इज वेरी फ्रूटफुल, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर monsoon. Very important for monsoon. Okay, and the last thing about Africa which I am going to discuss is this is Sierra Leone and Liberia. This coast is called Grain Coast. Grain Coast. Okay, Liberia and Sierra Leone. Why it is called Grain Coast? Because of pepper. European used to trade here. This is Côte d'Ivoire. So this coast is called Ivory Coast. This is Ghana. This coast is called Gold Coast because of, and this is Togo, Benin and Nigeria, not Niger. This is called Slave Coast. Slave Coast. This Ivory Coast is also called Windward Coast. This is also called Windward Coast. So this is very important. Grain Coast, coast of Liberia and Sierra Leone. It is famous for pepper transportation. That's why Côte d'Ivoire. This is the country, Côte d'Ivoire. The coast of this country is called Ivory Coast because of ivory, that trade of during the time of Europeans. And Ghana coast, Ghana is known for gold. So the coast of Ghana is called Gold Coast. And then there is a Togo. This is Togo. This is Benin. And this is Nigeria. So the countries, the coast of this region is called Slave Coast. And why called Slave Coast? Because during the time of European colonies, large number of slaves were forcefully transported from this port. Okay? So this is all about Africa. This is all about Africa. ठीक है? Thank you.